Hey, welcome to the kitchen. Today I'm making a meal that's going to be as tasty as it is easy. It's simple ingredients. There are going to be onions, eggs, tomatoes, and a few spices. That's it. You probably have it in the pantry already. Let's get started. I like this meal, like I said, because it's easy. And if I'm rushed all day, I need to make something, I know I can put this together in little time. I like to call it the goodness of slow food done fast. First we start off with an onion. I've got some beautiful onions fresh from the, okay, little tip. Whenever you're in the kitchen with a knife, it's important to have a sharp knife. Fortunately, I can get it sharpened easily here. A sharp knife is so important. I've got this machine here that will show you what I mean. Very easy. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, my trick for cutting onions, these are very fresh and the paper is thin, but I put it on a piece of paper that I have around. You always want to slice the ends off first. Look at that, sharp knife. And the other end's already been chopped off. Well, it's very sharp. Cut it lengthwise, and you get rid of the papery stuff you don't use. And then, rather than having it on your cutting board, you just wrap it up and throw it away. So easy. Now you have a clean cutting board. So we chop, this is for 4 people. You get an onion, and you chop it up. Oh my goodness, this is a breeze to use this knife, and chop it in a dice. Onions are full of good minerals, etc. So we get a pan, and it has to have a round bowl and a flat base. Add some oil, about a tablespoon. As the Italians say, un occhio, something like that. Now you want to heat up this oil for about a minute, nothing more. And then we're going to add, okay, so while the oil's heating, we're getting our spices together. Now this is the part that whatever you have in your pantry. I like pepperoncino. You can have some parsley in there, dried spices if you have it. And how much? Because I like it hot, I put in about a teaspoon of it. When the oil is hot, about a minute. First we add the spice, and then we're going to add our onion. And once that is cooked, we proceed with the other ingredients, which are the tomatoes and the eggs. Once the olive oil is hot, and because we're using olive oil from Tuscany, oh, it smells divine, we add the spice, we sprinkle it in as much as you like. Okay, and it starts to frizz a little bit. Swirl it around. And when you smell it, and it's even less than a minute, now we get our onions and the still sharp knife, and we add it there. It needs to get a little hotter. Oh, there it goes. And there we go. You sprinkle a little bit of salt on there, and that's going to draw out the liquid from the onion and add to the flavor. And it's about time now that we add a special ingredient, turmeric. Turmeric is a bright yellow root that's been made to a powder. Absolutely fabulous for our circulation and health. The other ingredient is tomatoes. It's best to use passata, but which is a tomato puree. I don't happen to have that. And like I said, this is a meal that you should be able to make with whatever ingredients you have around. I have chopped tomatoes, so I open it up, and they're cubed and not smooth. And now all we have to do, whoa, it's messy. Okay, that's why I wear an apron. It splatters. Now honestly, you can make it with chunky tomatoes. stir that in there. And but it has very little flavor. It has wonderful color and properties that serve our blood. All right, we're ready to add next main ingredient, the tomatoes. Pour it right in there. Again, it's what you need. If you have only 1 can of tomatoes in the house, use 1 can. You have 2 cans and you want more sauce, use 2 cans. I pureed this, like I said. I like it because, see, it just, it's a smooth tomato sauce that allows the onions to be chunky. If you have chunky tomatoes, you've got chunky tomatoes and chunky onions. Too much chunk. Okay, now you let this cook slowly, about 10 minutes. Now the last ingredient is going to be the eggs. I decide what you want. Usually the diners who eat this, they want 2 eggs each. So in a separate bowl, you get your egg, crack it open, put it in a bowl. If you by cracking the eggs in a bowl together first, you have more control when you put it into the hot tomatoes. Okay, the tomatoes have lost their rawness. It's bubbling here. Time to add the last main ingredient, the eggs. This is why I put the eggs in the bowl first. I have a little more control when I pour them over here. Now they are going to poach in the hot tomato sauce. We get that out. They're sitting right on top. I have to cover it now. I've got this cover is made with silicone and it pops on there like this. It will take about 3 to 4 minutes. It depends on how well you want the egg cooked. I love this top because I can see through it. When you open it, however, it's pretty hot in there. Let the steam go and voila! Time to eat. Turn off the heat and let's go. Okay, it's all ready to eat. Bring it here. The only thing we need on top, I like, this is my preference, a little black pepper. And we just sprinkle it on top, and looky there. Eggs and pepper. Easy to serve. It's mushy and get a ladle, a flat spoon, scoop it out, and put it here. What you want to serve this with is bread. Because look, the yolk, the yellow part is still liquidy. You dip your bread in there. So simple, tasty, made in home. Anyway, I could talk forever. A nice liquidy yolk. You can dip your